following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Sitting down and designing, where every man never thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party, let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Bitch, I'm your wanna be, Jimmy Star's new celebrity.
We'll take you out to Jimmy Star's.
Hey ho, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. We have a great show for you guys today. We're both a little under the weather, but we're going to have a good show. The show must go on. We have a great music industry veteran who's done wonderful things and worked with everybody. Paul Anthony coming on from Full Force. And then we have something we've never had on before. We have John Potash. We've worked with him on a bunch of films, but he's an actor and a producer and all that stuff. But what I really think is interesting is that he's an animal wrangler. So when you see movies with like snakes and birds and wild animals and stuff, that's what he does. So it's going to be our very first professional animal handler on the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. So it'll be a lot of fun. What's up, chat room? I see people are showing up. Lady Lake, hello. Thank you for the promos. Meta Couture, Jeff Caperton. What's up, Jeff? How you doing? Hope everybody is doing good. Please say hi to Tina for us, Stefan. And before I get started, let me just say hi to my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
Go fuck yourself. He's got this place as cold as a morgue.
No.
I am freezing. Jimmy has a problem. You see, he lived in Florida all his life, and his parents were very cheap. They never had air conditioning. So Jimmy grew up in heat of Florida house. I mean, you can't live in a house in Florida. So it damaged him because he's always hot. He's forever hot, like an old lady getting her change of life.
Or you could look at it the other way. You're always cold like an old lady.
No. I could smack you right in the face.
I want everybody in the chat room, what temperature do you keep your house? Right now it's 78 in here, which to me is extremely hot when it's like 90 degrees outside. So what do you guys like do for your temperature? Let's just see. Jeff says, oh, Ron's in a mood.
Well, you know what it is, Jeff. You know,
he says I'm going through the change.
I can't stand when people glorify somebody that is just a normal person. Jimmy is just an average guy, but yet people glorify him. I don't know what the fuck they're glorifying.
So Jeff Caperton says 70 degrees they keep it in their house.
70 degrees? No wonder your dick looks big. It's a problem.
Same thing with Juan. He says 70 degrees.
Oh, well, I could never go to their houses. I would have to stay outside or in the garage because that's insane, 70. It's so cold.
Yeah, see, so we're not the unusual ones.
You're all full of shit anyway. They all side with you. They hate me. They love you.
That's definitely not true. Cindy says they keep it in the 70s, depending, like in the 70s. So we're in the 70s. We're at 78, but, you know.
Well, what it is the vent is right over my head. So the
That's
cold
true.
air is coming down on my shoulders and my neck. That's why I'm always sick. Anyway, enough of that bullshit.
They said it's very humid in Houston, so.
Very humid in
Houston. So you
Houston?
need it to be cold.
I love humidity. You know, I was raised in a time when we didn't have air conditioning, believe it or not. There was a day we didn't have air conditioning. And I grew up in my house in Queen, in Astoria, and we didn't have air conditioning, and the summers was so friggin' hot. And if you opened up the door, the front door, the mosquitoes came in. So all night long, I'd be standing on my bed with a towel killing the mosquitoes.
So when you were little, did you have like ice blocks in your refrigerator?
No, that's smart. No,
No, I don't even know. When did they do that? When would they use ice blocks?
Actually, yes. When I was very little, maybe 5 or 6, we had the Iceman come, and he'd put ice in our ice box.
Did they come every day? Then they had to, right? Because it would melt every
I don't
day.
know. I was a kid. I didn't know how when they
Oh,
came.
okay.
I never kept track. I couldn't care less. But anyway, it was not easy living in those days without air conditioning. So I'm not a fan of air conditioning. I don't like it. It's artificial. It's very damaging. It makes you sick. It's not good air conditioning. You know, we're supposed to live in the environment. You move to the desert, you're supposed to live in the
Nobody
desert.
lives in the desert. Are you
No,
kidding
but
me?
you're supposed to live in the environment of
Way
the
too
desert.
hot.
Well, then get out of the desert.
I'm trying.
You know what I mean? Because to do the artificial thing is not right. You're going against nature.
Well, everybody has to because of global warming. Anyway, you guys, we got a fun show for you today. I'm happy to see Ron made it.
Look at this haircut.
You look great.
Great. I look
Yeah.
like an old fuck.
No, you don't.
I
think it
look
looks
old.
great.
Look at that
Let's see.
haircut.
No.
I look like somebody's father.
Well,
Well,
being that you have-
I am somebody.
that's right. You are somebody's father. And being that you have like a cold and everything, it's not that big a deal.
No, but this haircut really is sad. I look like a penis. Look at it. It's like a shape like a penis.
No. Say hi to everybody for a
Hi,
second. I
everybody,
forgot. I got to
for
get
a
something.
second. But seriously, this haircut shaped my head like a penis. So now you can call me penis head. Anyway, enough silliness for the day. Are we going to be serious in today's show, or are we going to be funny?
We're going to be both.
We're going to be both? How's that?
I know the second guy coming on, Sherry Davis, wrote on Facebook, don't let Ron bother you when he asked you about your tits.
What happened?
Sherry Davis wrote to the guy, you know, when Ron starts teasing you about your tits, don't get offended.
What, a guy has tits?
No, but he's coming on and she was making a joke because you
Oh.
always tease her about her tits.
Well, because she has gorgeous tits. I mean, I don't make fun of her tits. I dream about them. Sherry Davis has the most beautiful knockers. She's got amber nipples. Her nipples are just beautiful. They're not ugly or they're round and they're amber colored. They're gorgeous. I've seen her tits a lot and I love her tits.
There
I
you
think
go.
she's got the best tits out there. I mean, really,
She's
some of
fabulous.
the other girls, they have implants and it looks like just 2 discs, you know, like the water fountains in Europe. That's what they look like, water fountain tits. But Sherry's got beautiful, big, bouncing,
Fabulous knockers.
fabulous knockers.
There you go. We love Sherry, by the way, you guys. So we're not
Oh,
talking
Sherry's
about
one
her.
of my favorite people. Get out of
She's so
here.
terrific. It's not even
She's
funny.
a great sport. You could have fun with her.
Absolutely.
She's got a wonderful sense of humor. Too bad some jerks that went out with her didn't understand that.
That's right. So we want to thank everybody for tuning in.
But it was their loss.
That's right. I want to thank everybody for tuning in every week. You can hear the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. We're on Libsyn, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, and YouTube. We're also on about 150 other platforms, but those are the ones everybody knows. And our first guest is coming on in a few minutes. But before we do that, I want to play a little video. So you guys, I have this cool book. It's called Mothman Red Eyes Rising, based on the urban legend.
Wait, slow it down, baby. What the fuck are you talking
It's
about?
called Mothman Red Eyes Rising.
Wait, Mothman.
Mothman.
Don't you speak English? What
Anyway,
they teach you? in
please
foreign?
don't wreck my whole thing here. I got this whole thing going.
I know that.
It's
but
called
you're not
Mothman.
speak moth. What's a moth?
Okay, well,
It's a
everybody else
moth.
understands it. Mothman Red Eyes Rising, you guys. It's a book. It's now available on Barnes & Nobles and Books A Million. We are turning it into a vertical TV series. It'll be coming out soon. And I did a book trailer for the book now that the book is out and available. So I want you guys to check it out. Here is the book trailer for Mothman Red Eyes Rising
Moth.
by Jimmy Star.
Do you know what a moth is?
Go. Don't stop.
It started with a drive home. They said it was an accident. It wasn't. This isn't random. It's tracking. The more you see it, once it sees you, you're already part of it.
Come here.
So you can also get all the books that I've written on jimmystarauthor.com. Here comes Astro.
Come on, Astro. Up. Ow. I just crushed her in the chair. Hi, honey.
He's fine. He's okay.
He's good.
Okay, so then I don't know. You usually talk about it. Like we haven't done anything. So we're sorry, you guys. We didn't get to go to Marcel Walsh's premiere, Shark Thrash, because of me.
Because Jimmy has
I have
rocks.
kidney stone. I have kidney stones, and
No,
I was
he
in the
has rocks.
hospital.
He has rocks in his head, and he couldn't pass the rocks in his head. So he
Yes. So
said to everybody they were stones in his feet.
anyway, I was in the hospital all day Sunday. I haven't passed him yet, and only reason I'm okay is because they gave me like pain pills for it. So we didn't get to go to Marcel's movie, but I did hear it was a lot of fun. I saw pictures, and the movie actually Shark Thrash is available on all your different digital download sites, so you can actually like go and watch it. It looks like really fun. And what else? Let me see.
It's just getting old as a bitch. You know, when you're young, you have nothing. I mean, when I was young, I was like Superman. I never was sick a day in my life. I was running all over town, dating everybody, and having a great sex and fun. And I mean, it was wonderful.
And dancing, because you like to dance.
I used to dance at the Studio 54, all the clubs in New York. I was out every night, and except when my kids were born, and I stayed home with my ex-wife, the creature woman.
Yes, look at him. He's so happy.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, our dog is only happy when he's sitting with us. He sits with Ron all day long.
Anyway, my kids are coming on our show soon. Leslie and Deirdre are coming on with Lara Spencer. They're talking about thrifting.
Yes, and
Very interesting what's happening today. There's a whole new movement. It's called thrifting. Everybody's out there going to all these antique shops or these junk stores.
vintage stores, junk stores.
Right, and they're buying up all the old wonderful stuff. Because today, if you buy furniture, it's crap. You all know it's crap. The fabrics are hideous. They're hard and they're not pretty. They're nubby blue and nubby gray. Yeah. And the sofas are big block. They're square blocks that take up the whole room. No. So we're going back to the classics. Their cups now.
That's no good.
I mean,
Okay, so thrifting, and they're opening up their store June 1st in New Jersey. What's the name of that town? Lambertville, New Jersey. They're going to have a booth in a beautiful antique gallery, and so they're going to be starting, and they're going to come on the show to help promote that also. So it'll be a lot of fun. And
what?
I don't know. You usually talk during the beginning. You want me to talk about something? I don't know what to talk about.
You bore the friggin' audience to death.
Yeah, I
if you
know.
talk.
Well, you're not saying anything, and we can't have dead air.
No, but I mean,
Ow!
I don't feel so hot.
Yeah, I
What
know.
can I tell you? This is the bitchy part about being live. When you make a movie, if you're not feeling so good, they could always reshoot it. But this we can't reshoot. So what it is, hear my voice, desert sand. I mean, I'm shot, kids. I'm ready for the basket.
No, you're not. Don't
Yeah.
say stuff like that. That's terrible.
I'm ready to say bye-bye and let's go and see what's on the other side.
No, don't say things like that. That's
Why not? It
terrible
could
to
be.
say. No, it's not going to
You know,
be.
you got to face reality, Jimmy. People don't live forever.
I know, but you don't
I'll
talk
be-
about
I'll be
that in
80
front of millions of people. You don't tell people that you're like,
Well, I'll be 86 next week. What do you think? You're
yeah,
gonna-
May 28th, May 28th, in 8 days.
yeah. What do you think? You're going to live forever?
No, but 90
So,
or 100.
well, 86 is on the way to the door. That's it. You're on the way to the furnace. What can I tell you? That's what happens, baby. You live long, and then, no. Nobody lives forever, Jim.
I know nobody lives forever. I'm not stupid.
And I don't know people that are so afraid of dying. I don't understand why. I believe that either it's nothing or it's going to be fantastic. So it's a coin drop. It's either way.
And either way, nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
And they never know because you don't tell us.
If it was fabulous, as they say it is, we'd all be killing ourselves to get there. What the
I know,
fuck?
but there's no way to know that because once you're gone, you're gone. So it's not like they come back and tell you that it's fabulous. So there's no way to ever know. So it's always a crapshoot.
Well, nature made it that you don't know, because if we knew it was better on the other side, we'd all kill ourselves to get out of this crappy world. So there is something, I believe. I don't know. I don't care. Listen, my mother used to say, Ronnie, millions and millions of years went by before you were born. You never knew anything, did you? I said, no, Ma. Well, that's what it's like when you die. Millions and millions of years go by and you don't know anything. I mean, that wasn't a very nice thing for a mother to teach her kid.
No, we saw some movie yesterday. I forgot we watched some movie last night though, and the father was terrible to the daughter, or the mother. No, the mother was terrible to the daughter. I don't know. It was a weird movie. It wasn't any good anyway. But our first guest is here. You ready to rock?
Well, I just want to say something. You know, there's no such thing as a book on parenting. So parents raise children how they were raised, and the beat goes on and on and on, generation after generation.
Actually, that's true.
But I stopped it. I did not raise my kids as I was raised. I raised them as I thought they would be happy, and they are happy. Bring on our guest. Let's torture.
All right, let's bring on our guest.
Let's make him crazy. Who is he anyway? Look at him.
The legend.
He's got a fucking attitude. Look how he's standing there like he's a tough shit. Look at him. The attitude.
Don't you forget it.
Total.
He said, and don't you forget it. Hey, Paula, you on a
attitude.
cell phone? Can you turn it sideways or no?
Sure I can.
That way, there we go. Now we're the same size.
Now we see your chin.
Let me just
I love
adjust.
it.
You're a good-looking guy too.
I like love it.
Gentlemen, how are you?
Very seated, I could tell you.
All right.
I bet you the women throw their panties at you still. Tell the truth.
This is a little bit of a
Tell the
wild show.
truth.
You're gonna have a good
Listen,
time.
I know we have a. I know. Listen. Are you single?
No, I'm married.
Oh, because you know why? I'm looking for a husband. Cece Peniston. You know who Cece
Cece Peniston.
Peniston? You know who she is?
She's a good friend of mine.
She's a good friend of ours. Oh, she's a good friend of ours too.
Yeah, she's a good friend of mine.
I said to her, would you date a white man? She said, no, I only want to date a brother. So I've been looking for brothers for her.
Really? Yeah.
She's gorgeous. She's very gorgeous. I don't know why.
It's not by design.
Yes, you're right. So hold on, we got to do an intro. All right.
I don't know why
Okay.
Cece has a problem with men. She's got a body of death, a pair of knockers that are gorgeous, and she's beautiful.
We love her.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I love
So
her.
everybody,
I love her.
now we
so
want to
much.
welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. This guy does so much stuff, you guys, and as soon as
I
we
like
tell you
him
what he
already.
does, you're gonna.
Cece's friend. He's my friend.
He's an actor, he's a singer, he's a songwriter, he's a producer, he's a speaker, he's a Grammy winner, and he's a member of the '90s R&B group Full Force. Paul Anthony, hello and welcome to the show.
What's going on? What's going on, gentlemen? It's glad to be here. You guys got some amazing energy. I'm looking forward to this.
Yes, we're gonna have
So
a
wait,
good time.
Let's get this subject out of the way. You don't have any single friends we could fix CC up with?
I got lots of single friends, but Cece, she has no problem. She's being selective as she should. But that's my girl. I'll give her a holler. I'll give her a holler for you.
There you go. We talk to her a lot.
I
We
love,
live in Palm Springs, so we see her every time she comes.
She came to my house for dinner, and we danced in the living room, the two of us, to
Nice.
finally. And I was so happy. I said, "Oh my God, this is my favorite song, my favorite singer." And here I am dancing with her in my house. So I
Yeah.
love CC.
So
Oh, that's
first
my
off,
girl.
we have a chat room with people in it. Say hi to the people in the chat room.
What's going on, family? What's
There
going
you
on,
go.
everyone?
And then, so you're from Brooklyn, I read. Are you from Brooklyn? Ron's from
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
We're in Brooklyn.
You name it. Born and raised in Brooklyn. I lived in East Flatbush, Brownsville, Bed-Stuy all my life.
Oh, you know, I was born and raised. I was born, and my early years was Red Hook.
Oh, I played ball in Red Hook. I used to play for the Borough Park Pros, and we always played against Red Hook. So I was in Red Hook all the time.
Yeah, Mafiaville. You had to watch your ass. In Red Hook.
Absolutely. Some of my best friends. Listen, the gym I worked at, Paddock and Health, that was the meeting ground for the 5 families. That's where everybody was peaceful. And they say, hey, Paul, how's the boy? And I'm like, who? Paul, how's the boy? That's their way of saying, yo, Paul, what's good? What's happening? I said, oh, Paul, you want to come over and sit and eat with us? No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Hey,
No,
Paul,
I
man,
love it.
Paul, I know them girls on Soul Train, man, because I know you got a pair of Googles on you. Come on, forget about it. I'm good. Chill. But yeah,
I
that was my
love
guy.
it.
That was my guy.
I love it because you. First of all, you guys can't. I don't know how tall are you.
I'm about 5'9".
So you guys, he's built like a shit brick house. He's like a
Yeah.
tank. If you look him up,
Yeah.
actually, one of the things that he's credited with being one of the first people to consistently bring bodybuilding, fitness, and training to the urban and pop music industry by incorporating that type of fitness and bodybuilding into videos, film, television, concerts, and recordings. And that's not what he's famous for, but that's what he's credited for.
No,
Are you
yeah.
a rap? Are you a
Yeah,
rap?
but you know what? It's probably a combination of both because if you talk to 50, you talk to M, you talk to Dr. Dre, you talk to Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson, any of them, they'll say, yeah, Paul Anthony was the first one to bring it in. I've inspired millions in professional sports and acting and fitness and bodybuilding from the very beginning in 1984, 85. Yeah, so
And in
they'll
your
say
EP,
that.
in your EPK you sent me, there's a picture of you, and in the picture, like you can see, you know,
Yeah.
how actually muscular you are. And you guys, Paul, we got our times mixed up today, and he called me, and I said, oh, you know, it's Pacific time, not Eastern time. And he said, oh, I got 3 hours. I'm going to work out on my back and get to the
Back and
gym. So you
biceps.
you work out every day, probably.
No, now at this stage of my life, I work out maybe every other day because muscle has memory. So what you've built in years and years, you don't have to go crazy. I used to use a lot of crazy stuff. I've inspired a lot of Mr. Olympia athletes as well. So I don't have to go crazy. I just maybe every other day, every 2 days and rest. Got to get your rest. That's
Okay,
important.
let's talk about the wife. How did she land you?
Let's see. So she landed me. She had an artist. A talented young singer. Her and two of her friends, and they came. Oh, this is a funny story. I didn't think about this. So they came to our Brooklyn basement because we had everybody come to our Brooklyn basement. No matter who you are, no matter how big you are, you come into Brooklyn. And she had this wonderful artist, and I started vibing with her. Sort of, we started clicking with one another, but she was on her business mode. So I asked her out for a date, and we went on a date. And I forgot that I had to have a meeting with a very, very important publicist. So I told her, listen, I forgot about this. I'll be downstairs. Give me 20 minutes. I'll be right back. So she waited in the car. Well, 20 minutes turned into an hour and 20 minutes. And I
Oh
said,
shit.
okay, here we go. I'm ready to be greeted with attitude. I came down and looked in the car, and I seen her. She had her laptop on the dash. She had her head on her phone like this, and she was writing things down. She was in her business mode. And I said, this could work.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
right.
you
Yeah,
go.
So
that's
your wife is actually in the entertainment industry.
Well, she was managing an artist, but now she's a very respected, well sought after interior designer on Fifth Avenue. She works for a big design company right now. So, but she's that's
Good
my
for
ride or
her.
die. Yes,
She's
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. Oh yeah, she's definitely beautiful.
As beautiful as Cece.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't
Yeah.
push them up with CC. By the way, I love the way I
I'm
love the
not.
way you said ride or die. I think that's the greatest phrase ever. You know, that she's your ride or die. I think that's
Yeah.
a beautiful
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. Hey, listen, we did the Soul Train cruise
Oh,
last
wait a
year.
minute. How
and I-
many times did you ask her to marry you?
Oh my goodness! I think it was one time, and
One time?
we did the Soul Train cruise last year. And when I introduced, it was her birthday, and it was about 3,000 people on the deck. And I said, I want to introduce you to my Lioness Queen, my ride or die, my beloved wife. And I said, sweetheart, it's going to be fun like a motherfucker, loving you for the rest of my life.
That's
That's
so
romantic,
beautiful.
Very romantic. You're a romantic guy.
Yeah, man, you got to have that balance, you know. But Cece's my girl. When I beat my third cancer, I did an album for Sony, and Cece and another 30 artists came out for the love on my album. I got a song with Cece featuring Freedom Williams on the album. It was beautiful. They just came out for the love. So I got special love for Cece and everyone that came out for that project.
Paul, you got to admit it. People from Brooklyn are special.
Yeah, I think so. I
We
think so.
are,
We
we
keep
are
it.
so different from every other New Yorker. The Brooklyn people,
Right.
we bond, we unite, and we
Yep.
belong. And we
Yes.
never leave our Brooklyn roots.
Right. No matter
We're
where we go.
always Brooklyn.
Yep.
Like people say your accent is so Brooklyn. I
Yeah.
say, yeah, motherfucker, that's why I get work.
It's
'Cause
right.
I
It is.
play the mafia all the time in movies.
Straight
So
up. And,
I
and
got
we're,
the real,
we're
I got
always
the
in the
real
house.
mafia accent.
Yeah,
So
we're always in the
I
house.
love being from Brooklyn. Do
So
you?
hang
Oh,
on
yeah,
then.
me too. Me too. I remember when we did a video, so we managed Lisa as well. And I wrote a song called Head to Toe, went straight to #1. So our second single was Lost in Emotion. That went straight to #1. But we wanted to do the video, and I think they wanted to do it at the San Gennaro Festival on Mulberry Street, right? And they was like, oh no, that's never gonna happen. We got to get the okay. I said, really? Let me make a phone call. And they're like, how'd you do that? I said, none of your business. It's just good to know good people. That's all. You know.
I love
So,
that
yeah.
festival.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah.
we have these Italian guys that are friends of ours that have a show, a podcast in New York, popular one, and that's how we actually were in New York and met them at that festival.
Oh, you've heard of them.
I forgot the Wise, is it the
Wise
the
Guys.
Wise Guys
The Wise
podcast.
Guys.
It's a popular podcast. So I
Yeah.
want to go back because we're kind of skipping around in a different order, but I want to
okay.
just say #1 because you mentioned when you survived your third cancer. I wrote down that you're a cancer champion, survival of mantle cell lymphoma,
Ooh.
myelodysplastic syndrome, and acute leukemia.
Wow.
And you were documented in a full force episode of TV One's Unsung, and you got a bone marrow transplant from your brother. And then you established the Paul Anthony Foundation, which is palivelife.org, to help other people who have cancer. And that must have been a very
Trying time.
time of
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
rolled around.
It was very, very challenging, because once again, me being a bodybuilder and training and everything, I was in great physical shape. So when it happened to me, I interpreted as he gives his toughest battle to his toughest warriors. That's the only way I went with it. I remember the first world-renowned doctor I met, he said, your life expectancy is 2 years past diagnosis. And I just looked at him. I said, well, you better hurry to get to work because I could write a whole lot of hit songs in 2 years, And I respected it, but I never owned it. And I did a lot of things. I just changed the way I ate, my breathing, the people I hung around. I went to a spiritual advisor first. Then I did some alternative treatments with some nutraceuticals because I was preparing myself for the chemo even more than the cancer, to be honest with you. The cancer is not a foreign agent. It's the chemo. So I
Right.
did that. And I've done a lot of different things in Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in New York. As a matter of fact, just yesterday, I was at their Thrivers event and I did a whole speech and I showed them, I actually videotaped my bone marrow biopsy. So I showed them some of that. And my brother Lou, who's a 10 for 10 donor match, so Kathy Hughes, that beloved, beautiful life queen of mine, she said, Paul, can we put it on TV's Unsung? I said, sure. So I brought the cameras in and they put it on. And 6 months later, I'm getting all these calls. Paul, you're going viral. Oh my God, you're going viral. I said, oh yeah, that's what's up. I said, what's viral? I didn't know they
Sounds like a disease.
yeah, but they told me, and next thing I know, Shaq was hitting Rihanna was hitting Justin Timberlake. Paul, you the motherfucking man, Paul, do that. And there's so much love from the people I work with and everything. So now the music is the gift, but the purpose is to touch, change, and save lives. And that's what I've been doing. I'm on the National Advisory Board for the Moffitt Cancer Center in Tampa Bay, and my dear friend, former White House correspondent Sam Donaldson, that's my guy. He's my guy. But my buddies on there, like Lisa Kennedy, who owns NASCAR, and Brian Glazer on the Buccaneers, and a few senators, we're all on there together just doing things. So between Sloan here and Moffitt in Tampa, my wonderful life architect, H.D. Moffitt, just doing some things, and still enjoying
I love
life.
it. I
Yeah.
actually love the fact that I love it when you meet, people who have been extremely successful, who they're also, paying it forward and helping out and giving back to the community and the world and stuff. So I
But
want to give you
Paul-
kudos for that.
Paul,
Yes, thank you. Yes.
Paul, do you believe that half of your cure was mental?
I believe, so you asked me personally, I believe 75% of it was a combination of mental, physical, and spiritual because it's
Right.
all connected. And I tell everybody, when you're fighting an elusive enemy, you use all the tools that are available to you. And you don't come through the front door, you come through the basement, the skylight, the window, you attack from all angles. So you have to, without question, if my mind and my body, my spirit weren't connected to deal with this, to dance with the animal, I like to say, no, I wouldn't have even been weaponized for the chemo and everything else. So absolutely, I never, even with my doctor Hamlin, my Dr. Paul Anthony Hamlin, my namesake, when he came out and he said when we was at the airport, and Dwayne Wade was flying us in to surprise Gabrielle Union because we're her favorite group. So we was on our way to Miami, and he said, "Paul, don't get on that plane. I got a call. Your cell blast just jumped from 7 to 17. Get in here. 10 is dangerous. Mine went to 17. I got the phone, and he said,
Mary,
Paul,
All
my
right.
friend,
go
right
back,
now."
Paul.
Yeah.
I'm lost.
Hold on.
Wait, Paul. What happened? Go slow.
Okay.
You're talking fast.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, we was at the airport on our way to Miami because Dwayne Wade of the Miami Heat at the time, he
Yeah, I
was
know.
flying us in to surprise his lady Gabrielle Union because we're her favorite group. So we were at the airport, and I got a call before I get on a plane, and my Dr. Ham said, "Paul, do not get on that plane. Your cell blasts. The cell blasts are sites that tell
Yeah.
you what's going on at the molecular level." And he said, "Don't get on that plane. You just jumped from 7 to 17. Get in here ASAP." So they had to fly without me. This is all on YouTube. And I got back, and he sat with me face to face, knee to knee, and he said, and it's the first time he said this. Now I'm a patient 7 years there. And he said, "My friend, right now you're fighting for your life right now." And that's the first time he's ever said that to me. And sometimes I wonder about myself because I looked him in the face and I said, "Doc, thank you for being honest with me and sharing with me." I said, "But I don't think you're looking close enough. If you look closer, you'll see my crown of glory. I'm different. I'm special. So hurry up and do what you're going to do, which you do well, because him and I have things we have to do. We work as a team because he had things for me to do. Let's go." And I told him that, and I meant that. I wasn't trying to sound cool. I just meant that. I said it, and I meant that. And that chemo for the leukemia, whoo, brother. I'm talking about 14 days in a row, twice a day, triple dose, high intensity chemo. It's a killer. It literally is a killer.
Wow.
So once you get that treatment, you have to wait 5 days because for 5 days it's 50-50. It can go either way. So what I did is rather than wait, because I'm not good at waiting, I got permission from the chief of staff to bring my engineer and a Porter studio in my room with my catheter in my chest or PICC line in my arm. And I wrote a song called "I Feel Good, I'm Look Good, I'm God Good." I said, because when, not if, when he gets me through this, I'm going to record this song. Well, 6 years later, it's a huge song featuring my sisters Faith Evans and Sheila E. In the video, you'll see Quincy Jones, 50 Cent, Will Smith, Donnie McClurkin, the Braxtons. I got so much friends just did cameos for me, you know. So I'm blessed, you know, and now I just try to do what I can to feed purpose and always try to be necessary. You know?
So I want to brag. I think your story is
You're a
fascinating.
very intelligent, remarkable guy from Brooklyn.
Thank you.
like that.
I
You think
appreciate
all
you.
people from Brooklyn
Thank
are
you.
stupid. No, they think we're all stupid because we come from Brooklyn.
They don't know no
We're
better.
not stupid. We play stupid.
Right. We're gonna learn them. We're gonna learn them.
We know when to play stupid and we know when to be smart, right, Paul?
Well said. Well said. I agree.
So here, I want to brag a little for you because I don't, in case people don't know who you are, don't know who Full Force is. I think most of our audience will know who Full Force is because our demographic is like 40 to 70.
Nice.
You fit in our demographic really
No
well.
doubt.
I'm
Yes.
60 and he's 86. He'll be 86 next week.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah,
Wow.
right.
That's blessed.
I'm an
So-
old fuck.
So you guys, here's some of the people that Paul has worked with: James Brown, Rihanna, Patti LaBelle, Nicki. We'll go back and talk. Nicki Minaj, the Black Eyed Peas, Lisa and the Cult Jam, 3LW, who I love, Justin Timberlake, NSYNC, Bob Dylan, UTFO. I wrote it down, but so the only one who I don't actually know who that is. Britney Spears, Lil Kim, Method Man, Faith Evans, Sherry Pepsi Riley, Fergie, Raphael Sadiq, Selena, Wild Orchid. And I bring up Wild Orchid because they have a song that's one of my favorite songs forever. And I was trying to look up not Fergie, but the other two girls of Wild Orchid because I wanted to bring them on the show, but I couldn't find any contact information. But I like Wild Orchid a lot.
Yeah.
So you guys, that's some of the people that he's worked with, and that's really just some of them. He
Yeah.
also was part of the Grammy Award-winning songwriters team for the Black Eyed Peas, Don't Funk With My Heart. And so you've worked with all these different people. Ron is a huge Patti LaBelle fan. Tell us something
really?
cool about Patti LaBelle.
And
Really?
I've never met her. And I
Really?
came close. Oh, I came close because I'm very good friends with Sister Sledge,
Kathy
Good.
Sledge.
Kathy.
Sure.
And Kathy, we lived in where do we live? In
Pennsylvania,
Yeah. And Kathy lived in the next town over,
What part of
So I
Pennsylvania? What part of
I-
Pennsylvania?
Doylestown.
Doylestown. So I invited Kathy and her husband to our house for Italian dinner.
Right.
And she said, "Oh, I can't go that day." I said, "Why?" She said, "We're meeting Patti LaBelle." So she said, "You know what? I'm going to ask Patti if she wants to come to your house too."
Nice.
You know, wonderful. Well, I
But
almost,
it didn't happen.
I
we moved.
listen. I was friends with Betty Davis and all the great stars of Hollywood. Nobody shakes my bush, okay?
Right.
But when I heard LaBelle was coming to the house, I knew I had a heart attack. I said, "I know she's a diabetic, so I can't make pasta.
Yeah.
I got to do all set." Anyway, as it turned out,
We moved.
we sold the house that week and we moved.
Right.
So I never
Wow.
got to meet Patti.
But we
LaBelle.
love Patti LaBelle.
Oh
I
man,
love
that's my heart. I'm gonna give you two quick stories. So when I was over at Moffitt Cancer Center, when I first came on board, I did certain things in the community because, not only do I sit in the top, in the top floor, just going over the latest gene pool therapies and what have you, but then in the afternoon, I'm giving out turkeys with Pastor Drum. I'm that guy. So because of what I was doing, we raised a certain amount of money, more than they've ever done before. So now we're all in the atrium. You can see everybody up, hundreds of people. And I have them say at the same time, everybody, repeat after me because we're all connected. We are family. Say it again. They say it again.
We are
And right as they
family.
say it, bam, I had we are and who? I brought out Kathy Sledge. And we rocked together. We are family. For 20 minutes, they was blown away. Because that's my little sister. So we had a great one, man. But my other quick story is this. So back when we was really, really, really hot, it's like send half your money and get in line. We'll get to you because we're very busy. We're hot. Lisa just had back-to-back double platinum albums. We managed her. Pepsi went #1. We was hot. And we had lots of acts lined up. So we got a call from at the time, Irving Azoff was the head of MCA. So he had his A&R guy, Timmy Register, to give me a call. And he said, Paul, Patti would like you guys to work with her. I said, oh, Timmy, my God, I can't believe it. I said, Timmy, I love Patti, but please tell her we are so backed up. We have 6-7 months worth of projects. We haven't got to. We don't have time to work Patti right now, but please tell
Are
her.
you kidding? You
Listen,
said
listen.
All right,
Okay.
let him finish
Tell
the
her-
story.
tell her-
You got
no,
some
listen,
pair of
we don't have
balls.
time, but
You
tell her
got
we want to get
balls.
to it. No, check it out. So he said, really? So yeah, this on a Monday. He said, okay. So I'm downstairs on the New York version of Sigma Sound Studios was right around the corner from David Letterman on 53rd and Broadway. So he was recording there. A white super stretch limousine pulls up. I'm like, whoa, who is this? Who comes out of the limousine?
Patti
Patti
LaBelle.
LaBelle. Yep.
Patti LaBelle comes out and Timmy Register is with her. He said, hi, Miss Patti. Yeah, this is Paul Anthony. This is one of the guys from Full Force. She does just like this. She says, how are you? I'm like, I said, "Mary." She said, are you going upstairs? I said, yeah. I said, oh, good. I'm going up too. I said, okay. So we're in the elevator together. It's me over here, Patti over here, Tim here. And I'm just doing it like this. And I kind of glance at her and she's like this. So we get off the elevator, and I said, guys, so now we had the whole floor booked. I think we had Samantha Fox in Studio A, we're doing James Brown Studio B. I said, guys, Patti LaBelle's in the lounge. Everybody's like, oh, shit. So we all get in the lounge, and there's Patti, and she's talking, and she says, Full Force, first of all, congratulations on your success. I'm very happy for you guys. I want you to take time out. We need to talk for 30 minutes. Yeah, because I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, you're going to work with me. I'm talking about 6 Scooby-Doos. We and from that on, we bonded so close, because I'm vocals. So one time that she checked us and she said, Paul, I can't think of a part right now. You have an idea? I said, let me hear the part. And I said 2 overlapping tracks. The first one, I want you to give me this. Well, maybe, baby, that's why we're not together now. I said on the other track, I want you to give me that. I don't know why we're not together, but I'll show you. Then I want you to give me that 10-year-old Patti LaBelle on the first track. Give me, but I'm gonna make you happy. She said, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, you putting Miss Patti to school. And it just dawned on me who I was saying. And I'm like, oh my God. I can't believe I'm talking to Patti LaBelle, giving her instruction. It was one of the most pinnacle of my career to be with her and be in that room. She walked in the vocal room, no shoes on. She didn't even know the song. I just fed it to her, and it was incredible. Definitely one of my moments in my book. It was
I love
incredible. Yeah.
Love it.
I know so many people that know her well. And the people that know her say she is a superstar on stage. But when she's off stage, she's the most down to earth woman you'll ever meet. And that's
Absolutely.
what makes her superstar because she doesn't take the stage with her.
Right.
She leaves the stage up there. You know, when you leave your performance on a stage, people
Right.
like you.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
And she is definitely the best thing that's ever happened to Black culture
Oh,
because
that's a fact.
she is the queen. For me, she is
Yeah.
the queen of soul.
Oh,
And,
yeah. No
and
question.
when she sings, I go nuts. I used to drive all over Pennsylvania with her in my car. And
Really?
the songs that I loved, all her songs were so good. I used
Sure.
to,
He doesn't get starstruck by anybody. But
No.
when we lived in Doylestown, we
No.
went to a
but
premiere.
first of all, my background is in my youth, I hung out with all the great movie stars of Hollywood. I
Okay.
was friends with Betty Davis. Jane Russell was my best
Oh,
friend.
yeah.
We hung out. We stayed in each other's houses. We were like brother and sister.
Nice.
So I'm not affected by Hollywood. You know, they're just actors.
Right.
But we went to this event, and Kathy Sledge was there.
It was a television show.
It was a
for
television show
a
premiere.
black show for what was it?
I don't
It was
remember.
like it was a very like it was a good
Anyway,
show.
it was a TV premiere show. It
So
was a
every-
premiere. And he met her. He saw her there, and I was like 50 yards away, and I could hear him screaming, "Jimmy, you got to get over here, get over here." You know, because we're gay, you know, we are family is like our motto, and
Right.
so to get a chance to meet her and become friends with her was like the most
Yeah.
amazing
Oh,
thing
yeah.
ever. And
I
I had
love
never
her.
seen him ever, you know, and we meet famous people like every week practically. So
Right. Right.
he's never really affected, you know, but this is the one time he was so affected
Really.
by it. She ended up
That's
being
awesome.
she
And
was
I
so
love
cool.
I
when we
love
had
it.
our little corner and we talked, I
Mhm.
said to her, I said, "You have no idea what you've done for gay people."
Right.
She said, "What?" I said, "When we were in need, when we were like at the end of our rope, when people were destroying us, we
Mhm.
had a song, and the song was 'We Are Family,'
Right.
my sisters and me." And I cried. I still cry. And
And
I said, "I want to thank you for that song because you had no idea what it meant. You
That's
just
right.
thought you put it out there and people would buy it because it was a nice song. No,
Yeah.
that song has such meaning, such heart." And she embraced me and she said to me, "Ron, my mother raised us very religious, and my sisters and I are very, very respectful people. We don't do anything that's off color or weird or wacky,
Right.
and we are spiritual." And I said, "You know, I could see you're spiritual because the lyrics, the song."
Right.
So she proceeded to tell me how the song came about.
Actually, we did a
Yeah.
fundraiser too for 911, and we had
Kathy came.
no, that wasn't Kathy. It was
That-
Kim.
Kim
Came and performed with
right.
us.
Yeah.
But anyway, we
And
love
I
her.
spent
We
the
think
whole
she's
night
fabulous.
sitting with Kim.
I
Yeah,
love that. I love that. Yeah, yeah. Niall is a true brother of mine. He impacted my career. That's a whole nother story. But Niall was one of the first believers. Nile Rodgers. That's my guy for sure. You know, we have a lot of history together. And it's so funny. I remember I did a promo for the Ali Forney Center, and you know, I played all the songs that we did. So we created freestyle dance music because when we brought out Lisa, there was no Jennifer Lopez, Ricky Martin, Gloria Estefan, nobody. So when we wrote, "Can you feel the beat within my heart? Can you see my love shine through the dark?"
I love.
That merged everybody. "I wonder if I take you home, would you still be in love, baby?" It merged everything from the gays to the this to the Latin, and I mean they supported us
We're
crazy. I'm like,
we're
yeah,
very my turn. We're very ensconced in the freestyle world. First of all,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Okay.
I'm a I'm a publicist. Yeah, that's how I know Holly. Which we should say, hey Holly, thank you for setting this whole interview up.
Hey,
I'm
Holly.
a publicist, and one of my I've been friends with Expose. I used to be a celebrity clothing designer, and
Oh,
that's how I knew Expose. I used to dress
yeah.
them.
It's all connected,
They would
right?
be performing. I lived in Florida. Matter of fact, I saw you did something with George Clinton, a tribute to George Clinton. He used
Yeah.
to shop in my store. Elton John shopped in my store. All kinds of
Yeah.
people. And
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we're very ensconced. And so Stevie B was a client of mine, and we went to a show here at the arena, and
Mhm.
all the freestyle people. So we got to hang out with Lisa. Lisa, she was fabulous.
Sure.
And on this show, we've had Expose, Stevie D, Taylor Dane,
yeah.
Noel, Shanice. We had Lance Bass from NSYNC, the girl group
Sure.
Innocence, which you did
Sure.
some movie with them. I used to dress them all the time.
Oh,
CeCe
wow.
Tennyson. And one of my favorite songwriters is Desmond Child, and we had him on last year. And he's probably,
Yeah.
my favorite songwriter that I know
Yeah.
of. That I know. Now I know you because, first of all Cried Out by Lisa Lisa is one of the greatest ballads ever written ever in the history of music.
Oh, thank you so much, man. I feel the same way. That's a true story, man. I wrote that from a true story. I'll give you a quick story about that. All this is going to be in my book too. But at the time, I was working as a social worker, and I would jog every Sunday with my friend. Sunday morning, we go jogging. This time it was raining, but we jogged in the rain too. And I got there, she was sitting on her stoop crying. And I said, "Oh no, what?" I said, "Pam, what happened?" She said, "Paul, I just found out Phil was fooling around behind my back, Paul." I'm like, "Oh, this is going to be a long one." So I sat down, and Brooklyn was on Winthrop Avenue. If you remember Winthrop Avenue, it's a very narrow street in the East Flatbush, very narrow. But I sat on the stool and said, "Pam, do you think you guys can get back together?" She said, Paul, I'm going to waste my time in the morning." I was like this. She said, "Paul, I got no more tears to waste, Paul. I'm just all cried out." And I'm like, ding.
Ding, 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 ding.
Took a pen in my sock. I wrote in my hand, "All cried out over you." And I said, "Finish telling me a story, Pam." And it was a narrow street. The trucks were delivering, so I couldn't hear everything she was saying. But that's why I wrote, "All alone on a Sunday morning, outside I see the rain is fall." I wrote it like that, and I couldn't hear her talking because of the trucks. I said, "But the traffic was so noisy that you could not hear." It's all true story, yeah, man. But
It is
thank
so
you, man.
great. I mean, it really is a great. I mean, you've worked with so many great people, but
I'd like to go on a serious matter. Cole Porter, you know who Cole Porter was?
Yes.
Cole Porter wrote the greatest music in the world.
Okay.
Everything he wrote was a hit
Yeah.
because he suffered.
Mhm.
Every song is his suffering because he had romances with many men and they dumped him or whatever the situation was. And he
Right.
was gay. He didn't want to be gay. He wanted to be straight. He lived a suffered life.
Yeah.
I find that the reason why black music is so fabulous is because it's suffering.
Yeah. Comes from the
The
soul.
pain,
Comes from
the pain of soul.
Mm-hmm.
Soul has to come from pain. White
Mhm.
people try to do it like Doris Day. No.
Well, yeah.
It's
No,
just,
it comes
no.
from
are you old
within.
enough to know who Doris Day is?
Of course. Am I old enough? This September I'll be 68.
Holy shit! Black don't crack. I
No,
tell
black-
you, you look. I'm clocking in at like 40.
Black don't crack is right, babe.
You look fabulous. Oh my
thanks,
god!
Right.
Good
But,
for
wait,
you.
but getting back to this subject, because
Yeah.
it's such an important subject.
Yeah.
If you listen to Patti LaBelle or any of the great singers,
Mm-hmm.
there's such a message of pain somewhere in that song.
Right.
And that's what makes it so beautiful and so wonderful.
Thank you.
And some of the greatest singers, I can't think of the friggin' names now, but Luther,
Luther Vandross.
Sure.
I
Sure.
mean, who sang Pain better than him?
Yeah. Yeah. He's my lady
Heartbreak,
mate.
breaking up, losing a woman, all that shit. But I mean, it's amazing that black people for so long have been so ignored and neglected.
I know.
And I think now it's wonderful that you have bloomed and blossomed.
Yes.
now-
Thank you.
And now the black race is one of the most, what's the word I'm looking for? What respected races there is. Because
Yeah.
in my day, you know, it was a nigger.
Don't use that
No,
word.
you have to. You have to talk history. You got to talk. I don't say it offensively. I talk
Right.
history.
Right.
And that's all you were. You were nothing
Right.
more
Don't say
than
it again.
that. That was how we described you.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Because in the 1950s, that's how they described black people.
No doubt. No
Was
doubt.
the description.
Right. And
So
listen, man, I'm not to interrupt you, but I am always unapologetically in my truth in full force. I was the guy that would say things that others shouldn't, wear things that others wouldn't, and do things that others couldn't. I take no offense because niggas call niggas all the time. You're just being 100% in your truth, and I love that shit. You understand? So I don't take offense to that. We having a conversation. It's all good.
no, but we thought nothing of it. We never thought
Right.
it was insulting. We never thought it was offensive.
You thought it was the norm.
You know,
Right.
Italians were called guineas and blacks. Were,
Don't.
what do you mean? Don't say the word.
I don't want you to say the word because
I'm
he can
sa- I'm
say it, but you
speaking-
can't.
I'm speaking intelligently. I'm
I
not.
know, but
I'm not speaking offensively.
I know, but I don't want
I'm
backlash.
speaking about the truth. The truth
Yeah.
was in 1950,
Don't
black
say
people
it. We're called
just-
something else.
were disrespected.
There you go.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Right.
I, as a
Right.
kid, always felt for
Mhm.
black people. My best friend was Robert Taylor, not
Right.
the actor. My
Mhm.
friend Robert Taylor was as tall as I was. So when
Right.
we played basketball, we bonded. And
Right.
Robert Taylor was a black guy, but he liked white girls. He didn't like black girls.
Right.
And I never understood that. So he would make passes at the white girls, and then the white girls would go home and tell their fathers, and the fathers would come up to school and say,
Sure.
tell that N to get away from my daughter. So it was a horrible time growing up. You have no
Yeah.
idea what it was like in the
Yeah, he
50s.
does. If he's 69, he knows. 68, he knows.
No, I was older. I
Sure.
was older. I was
But-
really there when the Ku Klux Klan were burning people and hanging people from trees.
Yeah, you have
I
all
was
that,
there.
man. Yeah. And for those who are listening, there should be no backlash because you're keeping it 100%. You guys deal with so much ridicule all the time, you know? And it's so funny you're saying that because me and my wife was just laughing. I said, but you know what? Women get very funny when guys say, oh, yo, bitch. But I look at TV and all I hear is bitch,
That's
yo,
all
bitch,
you see.
bitch.
That's why he doesn't like rap music. Is because he's like
Yeah.
he's like I'm gonna cut you, bitch, and all this.
No, I
weird
don't
stuff. He
like
can't
No,
that.
but the
stand
funny,
it.
but
Listen,
the
I
funny
know.
part about it is women call each other bitches more than anybody.
No, you're
Every
right.
damn show. I'm like, what's going on? You know? But
No,
be
you're
that
right.
be that as it may, it's a crazy world. But through music and through just being in our truth, you know, we're gonna learn them and help people pass themselves. I tell them all the time, the sooner you get out of your own way, the sooner you'll get out of God's way. It'll be all right. It'll be all right.
Oh, no,
No,
absolutely.
I drive a convertible, and I pulled up at a
Mm-hmm.
traffic light here in Palm Springs, or LA it was.
Mhm.
And a black guy next to me in his Mercedes convertible,
Right.
pulled up next to me, and he had a music on, and the song was "Woman, I'ma beat you, I'ma cut you, I'ma beat your ass." And I just looked at him. I said, "I can't believe that you have that lyric in your car." He said, "Well, what is it to you?" In other words, I'm white. What is it to me? I said, "It's offensive." I said, "That
Right.
music sets you back 10 years, you know."
Right.
So
Right.
he didn't like that. He sped away quickly. And it was
Yeah,
true.
right.
That sort of music is
Yeah, right.
primitive.
Do you listen
Primitive.
to rap music? I mean, I love rap music, but I don't
Yeah.
listen to all rap music.
I
Yeah,
hate
But like
rap.
Eminem and 50 Cent, I saw him in concert. It was the greatest
Mhm.
concert ever.
Yeah,
now
I
let's-
have to listen to all
let's-
music.
Same
have-
question.
I want to segue in.
Okay.
The greatest and the best singer in the entire
Oh,
world. Out of all the singers I know, is Johnny Mathis. And I know Johnny. I know
Mhm.
I know him personally. He
Right.
is the softest, kindest, sweetest, most delightful man you ever meet.
Yep.
He is the greatest, better than Sinatra, better than any of them. I have every record of his. I play them still today.
Yeah.
And I tell him when I see him, I say, Jesus Christ, Johnny, you got to live another 100 years. And he said, I hope so. I hope so.
Oh, that's
But
hilarious. But going back to the one group that you didn't know, UTFO, they're the ones who we co and produce the groundbreaking hit Roxanne, Roxanne. The rap Roxanne, Roxanne.
yeah.
Yeah, they that was UTFO. And that opened up the doors for a lot of rap records around the world. That was one of our first hit. We wrote that one we wrote that one after Basketball. We co-wrote Basketball for Curtis Blow, which plays to this day. And then we did Roxanne, Roxanne. Then we did Lisa, Lisa. You know, so that's who UTFO is. And it's so funny. I was just talking to someone because one of the young ladies who we had in our Brooklyn basement that I helped bring out her vocals and shape her was a young lady named Britney Spears at 16.
Love it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love it.
yeah. We shaped her, and I wrote a song called "Love the Hurt Away." And I'm excited because one of the reasons why we're even on this show together is there's a young star that I'm super excited about named Janie Cogan. Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
Janie Cogan, you just remixed her song "Eye Contact."
yes. But I mean, she is a star. I'm talking about from singing to dancing to acting to piano playing to guitar. I mean, there's a lot of gifts there. And it reminds me of when I worked with Britney when she first came out. They sent it to me and said, Paul, tell me if we have a star. And I saw the same elements, only with Janie is to the fifth power. And that's why I give credit to my man Brian McLean of Big Mac Entertainment, because he had the insight to see that. He has a lot of wonderful artists, but there's something about her that was in my wheelhouse of young female singers at the embryo stage that I could see where it's going. I've done this so many times, work with young artists, and I see that, and that's why I'm really excited about her, because I'm a true school like you guys. Got to have my old school music, but it's about tomorrow and knowing who's coming also, So
I
just
love it. So you guys, her name is Janie Cogan, Kogan. The name of the song is "Eye Contact." You can Google it on Spotify, or you can go on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes, I actually listened to it. I thought it was fantastic.
Sure. That's one of many.
And coming from you, that's a really big plus and a push for her because of who you are. I mean, anybody that you've ever like a wish list or whatever you've almost worked with everybody. Is there anybody that missed your list? Of somebody who you would still like to work with if you had an opportunity?
Well, I know Mariah and I were going to work together. We almost worked together. I remember I met with her producer, Corey Rooney. He said, Paul, I want you to hear something. And I got with him in the studio, and he played Mariah singing All Cried Out, the whole thing. I stopped the cassette. I said, what you telling me? He said, Paul, this is Mariah's favorite song, but she promised Tommy Mottola that she would do the song on her first artist, Allure, on her new label, Crave. So Allure made it a global smash.
Yeah, big hit.
Yeah, but that was Mariah. I thought her and I were going to work together on that. And there's a number of artists I still want to work on. Kendrick is phenomenal, and there's a number of new artists coming up as well. One of my vocal architects that we're going to work together, Gladys Knight. I'm looking forward.
Oh, I love Gladys.
Yeah, that's my girl.
Oh, that's funny. My business partner just interviewed her like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Gladys Knight.
I helped bring her to Moffett at our big Magnolia Ball. She performed. We raised $6 million that when she performed is awesome. So there's a small wish list. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. But I'm really looking forward to my book. When that comes, we're gonna do this again because we're going priceless private moments in time. Because it's precious moments in time I've shared, not only being a cancer champion, not only the private things that the great Dr. Sebi shared with me, but things that I've done that I said, man, there's private times that me and Prince talked about. There's private times that Bob Dylan shared with me and Riri when we were working on it. I said, yeah, so I'm going to definitely do this. It's going to be very interesting, and we'll do this again.
We have two friends who actually dated Prince, which is fun. And so I want to talk. So I'm a big boy band fan. First of all, I just want to make a point. You did a song, "Move Your Body," for Coach Carter. Coach Carter to me is the greatest, most inspirational, sports film almost ever made. I love it. I watch it all the time. It's great. But you also did, I don't know what you did for the film Long Shot, but it's like a boy band film. It's got NSYNC, O-Town, Natural, LFO, Take 5, Britney Spears, C-Note, Paul Sorvino, who's been on the show, Antonio Sabato Jr. has been on the show, and Hunter Tylo. What did you do for that movie? I love the movie, and I love the soundtrack.
I think they played one of the songs that we did in NSYNC. And that time, we was managed by Johnny Wright, and Luke Perlman had all the acts. So it was like one big family movie, you know? We was all in it. It was great. And I think we did a song on NSYNC called "I Just Want to Be With You," and they played a little bit of that in that movie. Yeah.
I love it. I'm
a great time.
I've met a whole bunch of different ones because when I was a clothing designer, they would come shopping and stuff. And we had Lance Park on the show when we lived in Pennsylvania.
That's my guy. When I worked with him,
I want to throw some names out there in memory of "Ain't No Mountain High Enough." Tammy Terrell and Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, that's my people. That's my
fabulous.
Ashford and Simpson, that's my family, man. Ashford
So
and Simpson.
Ashford
wait
and
a minute, I'm
Simpson.
not done.
Wait. I was a tennis player, and I played "Solid as a Rock" every time for years before I got
Yeah,
on the court. That was my like go-to song.
no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, yeah, I know them. I know. May she rest
There
in
are
peace.
some names.
Yeah.
I remember being madly in love when Motown started, and she came out and she sang her song was uh, "Love You Better Wake Up, yeah, before we break up and you lose me, come to me." The one who really,
Thank you. Okay.
what was her name? I forgot it, and I loved
I
her.
don't know. Who was it did that one? I don't know. No, that wasn't Mary.
She was the queen of Motown.
Mary Wells?
Mary
No,
Wells.
Mary Wells.
Mary
Yeah,
Wells.
that's what I thought. Mary, yeah.
I
Yeah.
love Mary Wells. All her
Yeah.
songs.
Yeah. That was a
So there
great,
was a wonderful
great time.
movement. There was a
Yeah.
wonderful movement back
And it
then.
was a great time too, man. I remember when we did the Apollo Theater. I won the Apollo when I was at 11 years old. We won the Apollo Theater. We were singing the Street for Money at Bed-Stuy. We sing the street for money, and then we would take the train up to 125th Street, the A train, and get out. My dad would drop the hat on the ground, and we'd sing for hours in the subway because of the acoustics. And depending on how much money he had in the hat, would let know if we're going to eat or we're going to go to the Apollo. And this time he had enough money, we went to the Apollo, and
Right.
we saw for the first time. I remember the marquee. It said Gladys Knight, Intruders, and way at the bottom, the small little letters said the Jackson Five. And that was at 11. That's when I saw what we were supposed to be. And we won 4 times in a row, singing the Temptations. And Joe Tex was there. We were supposed to perform the next week with Joe Simon. Joe Tex said, "No, I want them with me." And we did 21 shows with Joe Tex. I was 12 now, and the music there, it was just great time, man.
You've really been doing this your whole life
Well,
then at
just
12.
I want to give you a little bit of movie bullshit. Lena Horne,
Yeah,
a very beautiful black woman that they tried to make look white in Hollywood as much as they could.
right.
But if the movie was going to the South, any of the states in the South where black people were not permitted on the movie screen,
Hmm.
when she sang, she was not allowed to look into the camera because some white man may be offended that she was flirting with him, or the wife would be offended that this black woman had the nerve to flirt
Yeah.
with her husband. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
There
if you
was
ever
all that
see Lena,
bullshit back
no,
then.
when
Yeah.
I just want to tell listeners,
Mhm.
young people watch our show, and I
Mhm.
want them to know that it's not all bullshit, baby. I was there. I lived it. I saw it. Lena
Oh, no,
Horne
it was
was
real.
singing.
It was real. It was real, but it was bullshit.
Here's
It
how,
was bullshit. Yes.
wait, here's how Lena Horne sang. She sang off camera. She looked up there.
Mhm.
Notice in the movie with Lena Horne, she does not look in the camera.
Right.
I
What
was,
a great
I was
singer.
also very, very good friends with the brothers.
Oh, the
Nicholas-
two dance
The
brothers.
dancing
Nicholas
brothers.
Brothers? The Nicholas
Nicholas
Brothers?
Brothers.
The Nicholas
Yes.
brothers.
Of course, I love them.
And
Absolutely.
I wanted to get what's his name with the crazy name, a hard name to remember. I wanted to get him on GQ because I was at a funeral with him, and the
Mhm.
funeral was for a friend of ours, and the man came in with a cane and a suit and a tie and a
Right.
magnificently dressed. He always dressed beautiful. What was his name? Afrin, something like that. And
Okay.
I wanted to get him on the cover of GQ
Okay.
because he was old. He was like my age and magnificently dressed.
Oh yeah.
Still
Gene Kelly told people the day he was able to perform with the Nicholas Brothers was one of the pinnacles of his career. And they was awesome together. When they danced together, those three,
I bet.
The Nicholas brothers
yes.
were tremendous acrobatic. They were
Yeah,
acrobatic dancers,
it was
and
crazy.
they were great.
So
Yeah.
let me tell everybody they can follow. You guys can follow Paul Anthony on Instagram. He's
Well,
at
you know what
the
I think?
legend Paul Anthony.
I really would like to
Right.
do this. I would like to do a documentary about all the great black performers from the time of the 1940s to today. I think that would be so nice for young people to learn.
Yeah,
And
it's good for them to have the education, just to know where you're going, where it came
well,
from.
you know, it's the same thing with gay people.
Absolutely.
We had to put films out in the beginning, unfortunately, we got killed in all our films because we were gay and we had to die because we're bad people. But we got over that, and the films that we put out show gay people as humans, as nice people, but people who just choose the same sex and they're not bad or crazy.
Right.
So through film, we have educated people where today gay people are so accepted all over the world. In fact, most places they're preferred.
So hang on, I want to go back. So first of all, you guys follow Paul on Instagram, the legend Paul Anthony. If you want to find more about his foundation, it's palivelife.org.
Right.
For Paul Anthony, right? The Paul Anthony Foundation.
On all social platforms is the legend Paul Anthony. All social platforms, get at me. We're doing some special things, doing some new music. We're going to do this again when the book comes out, right, guys?
Yeah, let us know. You know, we'll bring you back when the book comes out. Everybody follow him. You've really had a tremendous career. I'm so happy that you've come through your cancer. You've done so accomplished. It's unbelievable.
And I'm jealous. Thank you. I'm jealous that you know Patti LaBelle.
So, Paul, thank you so much again.
I appreciate it.
And I want to tell everybody again to check out the song "Eye Contact" by Janie Cogan. You guys, remixed by the legend Paul Anthony.
We coming. Take care, guys.
All right, thank you so much,
care, Paul. I hope you had a good time.
I did. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, you guys, we're going to take a quick music break. We're going to play a song. It's called The Rest of My Life, and the artist's name is Shalia Vintage, and it's Shalia Vintage and Paul Anthony. I don't think we'll get flagged because she's not super famous, so I think we can play it. So let's play the video, and then we'll be back with our second guest. Take it away.
Since you came inside, I'm right here. Everything feels so right. I ain't going nowhere for the rest of my life. Remember when we first started? You wouldn't give me the time of day. Guarding your heart real closely, trying so hard not to get played, but then I did such a 360. It's been 3 years and you're still with me. Nobody took the time to make love to your mind. I did, and now I'm all up in your love. I ain't going nowhere, nowhere. For the rest of my life. No need to think twice. I see nobody really. They can try, but they ain't got me I ain't going nowhere. No need to think twice. I see nobody really like you. They can try, but they ain't got me. It was the way you listened when I spoke, holding me close when I was hurting the most. Never rushing me to think that I didn't want to do. You're such a real man, you show me such confidence. That's why I know this is for me. I'll never let go. Give me just what you need. Love me for the rest of my life. I love you, baby. Stay right here. Rest of my life. Nobody, no. Yeah. Said I ain't going nowhere. Don't you know you should know. Ain't nobody real like you. But it's okay. We're gonna go through some changes, but I'm here for you. Understand what I'm telling you. Unlike those other guys who were in it just to hit it, you were the patient type, and now you got me for the rest of my life. I got you, baby. Yeah. Do you hear me? Tell me, can you feel They can't do what I'm gonna do to you. I'm gonna love you through and through. No playing around, I'm forever down. I'm in this for the rest of my life.
Hey everybody, so that's Shalia Vintage and the legend Paul Anthony. The name of the song is The Rest of My Life. It was beautiful, and now we're going to bring on our next guest.
I sang that song to my dog.
Yes. Hey John.
Hey Jimmy, hey Ron, how you doing?
Good. Oh, good. We can hear you well. Terrific. All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, actor, producer, and professional animal handler, John Potash. Is that how we pronounce your last name?
Potash, but that's close enough.
Potash. Okay, John Potash. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you so much. First thing I got to do is apologize to anybody tuning in to see Paul Anthony, because I know we're pretty much like twins. It's going to be a little bit different, so.
Your name would have been very, very big back in my day because it would have been pronounced Potash.
Yep, Potash, exactly.
Potash. Ash.
Love it. So we have people in the chat room. Say hi to the people in the chat room.
I'm freezing, Jimmy.
I'll turn it up. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna die.
I'm
Say hi to the people in the chat room.
Greetings, everyone.
There you go. So you guys.
So you like looking like the Mountain Man?
Kind of do, yeah. This look has grown on me.
I like it. You're in a lot of movies, so it must help.
And I think it works with the animals. When we see
It really
you,
does.
It does work.
I get
If you were
typecast a
clean-
lot, but I'm all right with that.
If you were clean shaven and dressed in a suit, you can't be with snakes.
Oh, no. That would be weird. I haven't seen my face underneath this in quite a while, so.
There you go. I haven't either.
So
Mine's
you
short.
like snakes?
Absolutely, I love them. Snakes and all kinds of wildlife. So
I want to talk about that a little bit because you're our first animal handler, I think, that we've ever had on the show. So first of all, you have a company. It's called Animal Talent Unleashed. It's animaltalentunleashed.com. Trained animals and expert handlers for films, TV commercials, and photo shoots, domestic and exotic species. And then I wrote down snakes, spiders, porcupines. What about birds? Because I saw pictures of you with birds. You must do everything, right?
Birds are okay.
yeah. So I work with a lot of different animals. If I don't have them, because obviously,
Oh no, what happened?
with the
Okay.
I hate when this happens.
I know, but it happens. Juan, bring him out and back in again because he's
It
like
it
frozen.
breaks the flow.
Oh
of
wait,
the-
no, he's back. He's back.
There we go.
Somehow it froze, so we didn't get to see it. Okay, so you're actually wherever you are too. You have all the animals behind you, right, in all those cages. Oh, Juan, what happened?
He froze again.
Oh no. Juan, can we pull him out and bring him back? Yeah, let's pull him out and bring him back and see if we can get that going. All right, everybody. So, live show. We got to keep talking. We're on the air right now with professional animal handler John Potash. His Instagram is John_Potash, Potash. Let's see if we get you. All right, you're back. Those are
technology. Gotta love it.
Around you, right?
Yeah. So those are just a bunch of the snake cages kind of in the background there. They're the ones in our living room we get to look at every day.
So how many do you actually have that are yours?
Oh gosh. Well, when it comes to snakes, it's quite a few. Over 100 that we use for a variety of things. I mean, some of them are just pets. We do breeding. We do rattlesnake avoidance training for dogs. That's actually my bread and butter. That's how I make a living. So
What is that? Do it again.
rattlesnake avoidance training for dogs. So basically, we teach dogs to.
Rattlesnake avoidance training for dogs, so dogs don't go near the rattlesnake and get bit.
Oh wow!
Exactly. Yep. That's how I make a living. So.
So how many people actually do? Because like I've never seen a rattlesnake out in the wild. I've
Well,
only
I
seen them.
have. When we drive up the hill, there was a rattlesnake coming out of the side of the road, and it walked right across the road. And he wasn't.
Didn't walk.
Well, how slithered.
It's slithered.
Slithered.
So how many different kinds of snake? Like what is the most popular animal that you use in a movie?
So when it comes to movies, most people want big snakes. So we have a variety of large pythons that we can use for that. Another thing that's popular in movies, if the insurance agencies allow it, is the rattlesnakes, which I get hit up all the time for people saying, "Hey, do you have something like a bull snake we can use and we'll just simulate rattle sounds?" I'm like, just use a real rattlesnake. And they're just like, "You can do that? Absolutely, you can do that." I've done it many times. So
Oh my gosh, that's like
Let's change the subject.
no. I want to keep the subject. I love the subject. So
I'd
spiders.
rather talk about Sherry Davis's tits.
I mean,
Have you ever seen them?
He knows Sherry Davis well.
only the top up.
Only the top level. She has the most magnificent tits in the world.
Boobs.
Nobody
You know,
moves.
I
Nobody
think for
touch-
Sherry's sake, we have to talk about him a little bit.
Yes.
I love her so much.
Did you see that comment she wrote on your Facebook post? Yeah, so there you go. He always we
Absolutely.
love Sherry Davis. We love her.
I teased the hell out of her. You know what it was? We were at an Academy Award thing, and she was there, and her gown just had a strap that went across one nipple and the other nipple, and you could see all the boobs. And I was fascinated. I said, "Sherry, that took balls. Very gutsy. You know, you really could see your tits." And she said, "That was my intention." I
If
said,
you got it,
"Okay,
flaunt it,
now
right?"
I said, "Now let's get a picture together." And I have the picture of her in front of me with my arms around her, lifting up her boobs.
I love
You'll
it.
I
show
love
that to
her.
me later.
Sherry is one of the most honest, down-to-earth, true blue friends. She's really good.
So I want
I
to go.
love her.
I want to go back. because this is interesting. We never had this on before.
I know that, but
So-
it's scary.
It's not scary. So do you only do exotic animals? Like you don't do regular stuff. Like if somebody needs like a dog or something, you don't do that, right? You just do the crazy shit.
Yeah, sometimes we'll do the regular domestic animals as well. We did a commercial for Sinclair, and they wanted some puppies, so I put out my feelers and my networking and found somebody with a couple golden retriever puppies we were able to use for that. My dog has actually been in a couple of small independent films here locally. So we do some domestic animals, but we don't really take the time to train a whole lot of specifics. Not that I'm opposed to doing that. If the
Right.
opportunity comes up, I would totally do it. But
Are you in Las
funny
Vegas?
story.
Where do you actually live? Like where are you?
Okay. then.
We're up in northern Nevada, just outside of Reno, Fernley.
Okay.
It's a small community up here, and
Well, we're in Palm Springs, and we have plenty of snakes here.
I love
Oh,
Palm
yes.
Springs. I've
Oh, yeah,
taken
you
many
go out-
trips
you
down
go
there
out-
just to find snakes.
Oh, there's
Ah.
tons of them. You go out in the desert, there's rattlers all over. Moccasins, moccasins?
Have you been
No,
bit by
you
a
got
rattlesnake?
I have not. And I've been dealing with them for, oh God, 35, 37 years, something like that. And yeah, fortunately, knock on wood, I've never been bit by one.
Have you been bit by other
But
animals?
wait a minute. If you were bitten by a rattler, what would you do?
Go to the hospital. First and foremost, just get
Oh,
my
there
ass to
is
the
a- there
hospital
is
as
a
quick as
drug that-
possible.
There is a drug that counteracts poison.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And in fact, we've actually worked with EMS just recently. Last week, our local ambulance company, and they partnered up with a search and rescue in the hospital to do some educational presentations. They want us to bring in the snakes, show people those. And it's a continuing education course. And it was actually funny that one of the guys said they usually struggle to get more than 5 people to show up to a CE course, but that room was full. There was over 50 people standing room only, just because we had live rattlesnakes there for everybody to see.
What makes snakes so evil and venomous? That they want to hurt people. Why is that? They're really
Basically,
not-
that is more of like a biblical interpretation as far as being evil. Realistically, snakes don't want to have anything to do with us. They avoid us at all cost. But when they're threatened, they will defend themselves, and we can't really fault them for that, because we do the same
We
thing.
do the same thing.
But they won't seek us out to cause harm or anything like that. We do rescue. In fact, a lot of this I got into from doing wildlife rescue, almost 25 years ago. And I've been out on thousands of snake calls, removing snakes from people's yards. And never once has one come at me and tried to attack me. They always just try to get away. But again, if they're cornered, they will defend themselves. So it's not their
Now,
fault. They're just protecting
I
themselves.
know people that have snakes and they feed them mice. I think I feel sorry for the mouse because you see it going into the mouth of the snake, and the snake is eating the mouse. It's terrible.
I think that
And that's
yeah, it's hard to see. It's hard to
I could
watch.
never feed a mouse. I mean, mice are cute. I could never feed a mouse.
Do you feed your snakes live mice, or do you feed them like? Because now I know they make
No,
like
they have
frozen
to,
ones.
They have to be live.
No, they don't.
right. No,
Really?
actually, I would say 99% of the snakes we have all eat pre-killed food. So we're basically buying them from breeders who humanely euthanize them, so they're not going through all that trauma of being bitten or grabbed and constricted and all that. They just basically go in a chamber, go to sleep, and that's it. And then I have them frozen, and almost everything. I think I have like 4 snakes maybe that still won't eat unless it's live, but I'll convert them eventually too. I prefer to just feed everything pre-killed food, safer for the snake and just more humane in general.
Yeah, I
Well-
love it. I mean, I think it's really so. So then, what kind of like spiders do people probably
No,
like?
we're not
They
talking
want
about-
tarantulas, or what? What is it that they like to use?
Tarantulas are by far the most popular, and that
We got
varies on
plenty
what
of those,
people
but
want.
We have plenty of those out here.
Yeah, most people don't want the small spiders. They usually want something big and impressive. And again, the type of spider really depends on what they want in a film. Like one person just wanted, spider crawling along something. I can't remember what it was, like a banister or something. And I've got a ton of tarantulas that work for that. But then when they want like a tarantula crawling up your face or something like that, has to be a different species because, not all tarantulas can hold on to a vertical surface. So we have to, work around all those little logistical details. I need to know
You
what
don't
they
even
want.
think of those things.
Here in
Yeah.
Palm Springs, we have very common snakes, and the most common snake is the wolf spider. Not snakes, I mean
Spider.
spiders. The wolf spider. We have so many of those; they're all over.
Yeah, and we've got them all over the place here too. I actually don't even. I used to take them
Are they
outside when I find
poisonous?
them in the house. Now I don't even bother. It's like stay in here and eat all the other bugs. They're not going to hurt anything.
Well, are they poisonous? The wolf spider?
Mildly. It could cause some irritation if they were to bite you, but it's nothing medically significant that you'd have to worry about.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. So how did you get involved in I'm gonna be like an animal handler? Like that, is that something you just wake up one day, or you were fascinated with it as a kid, or like how did you actually get involved in that? And then how did that turn into the fact that now you do it for movies and television and commercials and stuff like that? So how did all that transition?
So, I've always been into the weird, creepy crawlies, especially snakes have always been my favorite ever since I was a kid. And when I was younger, in my teens, I started doing presentations, like taking snakes to schools and talking about it, which actually turned into a much bigger production as I got older and learned more, doing a lot of school and library presentations, things of that nature. During that, people would tell me stories of snakes in their yard and all that. So I ended up thinking I can help people with that, and I contacted animal control, police departments, all the people who would normally get calls about it, and started doing the rescue. That inevitably turned into like a full-blown wildlife rescue, not a non-profit organization. And of course, anytime you're doing wildlife rescue or animal rescue, a huge component of that is education. So I continued on with doing more of that. I got permits from the state, kept rattlesnakes because nobody else was doing that. And so basically that went on for a number of years. I was on TV all the time, news stations, morning shows, things of that nature, educating people about the snakes. And one day I get a call from a guy who says, "Hey, we're filming a documentary in town. We need a rattlesnake." So I connected with them, and he actually it turned out to be a wolf guy, but he needed a rattlesnake. And that was kind of the beginning of it. And then after that came out, I got contacted about doing a local movie to bring a snake for a movie, and I did that. And it was a slow burn. I started getting hit up from models wanting to do photos with snakes, things of that nature. And then I got contacted by White Snake to do a music video with a bunch of snakes, and probably one of the bigger highlights was getting to work with David Blaine doing a segment on snakes, which
that's huge.
unfortunately
White
never
Snake-
ended up airing.
White Snake's huge too. White Snake and David Blaine, that's two really big deals.
Yeah, and that's kind of what jump started me into this. Like, oh, I really kind of like this film thing, and I started putting out words, advertising with the Nevada Film Commission, and just steadily started getting more and more work in that realm. And I remember we did a movie down in Valley of Fire, down outside of Las Vegas. It was an Italian film called Divorzio a Las Vegas. And they have a scene with a snake that turned out really, really good. I can share it with you later. And they said, "Hey, we need some extras for a scene tomorrow in a casino." And I thought, oh, that might be fun. I never really thought of getting in front of the camera and doing this. Unfortunately, we couldn't stay because we had another commitment, so we had to leave. But it kind of planted that seed in my brain. And then it was about, I want to say, a year and a half later, somebody came up to where we live and was filming a movie. And he put out a thing on Facebook looking for people who want to, volunteer, help out, be extras, things of that nature. So it was in my off season. So I jumped in and ended up helping him for a number of months, learning all kinds of things about, PAing,
That's
running
how it
slate.
started. You had to do it all.
I have a question for you that I'm
Yes.
sure our audience wants me to ask you. If you went to a Japanese or Chinese restaurant and snake was on the menu, will you eat it?
Yes. I'm definitely not opposed to eating the animals. Obviously, like anything, I kind of prefer it to be humanely sourced, but I have definitely eaten alligator many a times. I had some python jerky once. I did eat rattlesnake once, but the way they prepared it, I didn't really get a chance to taste, so I
got
won't go
another
out and
question
kill
for
one
you.
to eat it,
I have
but
another question for you. Do you have a mate?
I do. And
Is it
oddly,
a guy or a girl?
a girl.
And what does she think about it? Does she eat
She
snake
probably
too?
does it too.
Yeah, that's kind of the interesting
So if
part
we
is,
came to your house for dinner, we could get snake for dinner.
yeah, I don't think any of our snakes would make good dinner, but
No, not-
yeah,
we
no,
met-
we actually,
Have we met
we-
your
we
significant other? I know we've met you many times, but have we met your significant other? I don't think so.
We've met
I
you?
don't,
How did we meet him?
He's at
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of the premieres of the movies that we go to, and he was the animal wrangler for Clown Motel 3. What did we use
Yep.
in Clown Motel 3? I don't remember seeing a snake. What did we use in Clown Motel 3?
yeah, it was a very brief scene, and it was Fiona, one of my Western Diamondback rattlesnakes that we used in that.
That was,
But yeah,
that
it
was
was,
my movie.
Yeah, I know.
So I didn't see a snake in my movie.
Did they show us?
that was,
It was
very
really
brief.
fast, I think. It was
it
a
got
really
cut pretty
scene.
quick.
It got cut.
Yeah,
Well,
you basically see it laying against Joe Kelly's leg, and then I just come in, in my clown makeup, and I'm just like, now, Fiona, not yet, and I pick her up and walk out with her, and it is a very quick scene.
That's like funny.
Um,
So that also turns
yeah.
you then into an actor because you've been in a lot of movies. We know all the people for all the movies. One of them I want to bring up because I actually saw this movie. Some of the movies that you're in haven't come out yet, but you were in A Hard Place, a Jason Horton movie with Felissa Rose, Lynn Lowry, Glenn Plummer, and Bai Ling. And I think next to Marcel Waltz, Jason Horton's probably one of your best indie filmmakers out there.
agree.
I think Marcel's probably the best one. Well, in my opinion, Marcel is the best one of all the indie
Mine too.
filmmakers. But I think that Jason's running a close second, and that was a really good film. And you're in the film. So a lot of movies you're in, you've produced some, and then you have other ones that you've done
happen to have my Hard Place hat sitting right
There you
here,
go.
all autographed.
I do that too with everybody. Yeah, you guys, A Hard Place. You should watch it, you guys. It's got Felissa Rose, Lynn Lowry, Glenn Plummer, and Bai Ling. They've two of them have been on the show. Also, you recently did a movie, A Toy Maker, with Sherry Davis, Robert Lasardo, who's a really good friend of ours, Rashad Evans, and Baca, who I'm doing 2 movies with right now. And
Fantastic.
so we love Baca to death and his significant other. We have a great time with them. So you did A Toy Maker, Apex Predators Club with Costas Mandalore, Richard Grieco, and Felissa Rose. That one's not out. You have a lot of films that aren't out yet. Cursed Waters isn't out yet. But I think that, and you've done a couple movies with Sherry Davis, because I've got Bikers versus Werewolves. Jake Busey's been on our show. Sherry has. Robert Donovan has. James Duvall has. Robert Lasardo has. Michael Prey and Glenn Plummer have not. And you fit perfect for Bikers, so I'm going to assume you're a biker in Bikers versus Werewolves.
Of course, I am. Yeah, no, I've really enjoyed this whole ride. I've made a lot of really good friends, stay in touch with a lot of these people on a regular basis. It's kind of mind-blowing to me that, it was only, 5 years ago when I first basically got in front of the camera. That's kind of going back to that story of how I got into all this. I started working with that guy, and then there was a day where he's like, hey, you want to be in front of the camera? He's like, my guy didn't show up. You kind of have that feral look. I said, sure. And little did I know I'd be wrestling a guy in his underwear. But that was kind of what set it all off for me. And I've just enjoyed the ride ever since.
Guy too, right? You're a pretty big guy. Like, you're taller than I am, I think.
I don't know. I'm 5'10".
Oh no.
Well, I used to be 5'11", but I'm starting to shrink. That age is catching up to me.
I know, me too.
I used to be 6'1".
Yeah, we're all losing that a little bit.
I lost an inch.
So
good thing it was only in my eye.
I hate to lose an inch somewhere else.
Do you like horror movies? I
do. Weirdly enough, I don't actually have a lot of time to sit down and watch movies because I'm just so busy all the time. But I do love horror movies, especially when I was a kid. I guess I think A Nightmare on Elm Street was probably one of my absolute favorites. But it's so different being on the other end of a horror movie too. It's so much more fun than I ever would have dreamed.
Oh no, it's a lot of fun. So we have this friend. She was my friend, and then when I got with Ron became good friends with her. Her name is Ozzy Aziz. She's a singer, and now she's a yogi. But she used to be an actress and a singer. And we went to Halloween Horror Nights when it was the Freddy Krueger thing. And literally every time Freddy Krueger would jump out, she'd run over and kiss him because she loved Freddy Krueger so much. It was the most fun I've ever had, like going to, Halloween Horror Nights, because she was just so, so wild with all of it and loved it so much. And we bought all kinds of shit. It was just a blast. But Freddy Krueger is a big one. I'm pretty much a big fan of I'm a big Clive Barker fan. So obviously Hellraiser is a big one for me. And so basically, Pinhead, Freddy Krueger, and Jason are like the 3, tops. And then comes Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy. And I've met all the people from all of them, and most of them have been on our show at one point or another.
And if I make movies with them, I don't see the movies. I hate horror movies. I think they're stupid. The horror movies, the acting.
They are cheesy. Most of them are super cheesy.
Cheesy and corny. Corny acting. There's always the lesbian scene, and then there's the chop it up scene. And same thing over and over. I don't like them. I think they're stupid. But people love them, and they're the hottest thing right now, so I make them. But I don't like them.
And I totally get that. That's kind of where I'm at, I am starting to get a little bit more selective now, because you know how it is when you just start out, you want to get involved in everything, and I did, and I mean I don't regret any of that. I had such a great time and enjoyed all of what I've been doing, but I kind of feel like I want to take things a little more seriously now, if that makes sense. So I'm a little more selective.
You're still a virgin.
Very much so.
I'm in the business 65 years. And I made movies with Sophia Loren and Tab Hunter. So I know what it's like to make movies.
Right.
And now at this age, I make horror movies.
They're not all horror movies.
Well, no, I left them. I don't do them anymore. I turned all the scripts down. I said, if the next person that sends me a fucking clown script, I'm going to kill him.
Yeah, he's done with clowns. He's done. He's got Clown Motel 2, Clown Motel 3, Clowny, and
All
Clown Road or something. What's
Yeah,
that
I
one?
have every movie I've made in the last 6 movies. It was a clown movie.
Yeah, he's kind of done with the
I'm
clowns.
done with clowns.
I
but
understand that. I really do.
We had a good
I
time
never
doing
play
it.
the clown. I play the only one that has a washed face.
Yeah, you're
call
the general. I remember in
Yes,
Clown
General,
Motel 3.
General,
So yeah,
Clown Motel 3,
General
which
and
is a lot of
Clown.
fun. So I also
It was
saw you
fun.
did Rattlesnake Wildlife Wrangler on a TV series called Secrets of the Bunny Ranch. What is the Bunny Ranch?
So the Bunny Ranch is a brothel about
That's what I
an hour
thought.
away from here,
Yeah.
and the Bunny Ranch is quite famous for a variety of reasons. So they did this whole documentary on it. But what they did for me is they brought me in because they had this model of the Bunny Ranch made, and they wanted video of the rattlesnakes crawling through like the doors and some of the corridors and things like that. And I remember we spent like a whole day filming, fighting the light, the snakes not cooperating, all that kind of stuff. Finally thought we got some good footage. I hadn't actually seen the series yet, but I talked to somebody else who was at that one, and she said, "Yeah, I watched them." She's like, "There was none of your snakes in it at all." I was like, "Wow, what a waste of a day!" But
Hey, you
got
got
paid
paid.
anyways.
You got paid. As long as
Yeah,
you
but
got paid.
did they use the shot?
No, he said
They didn't
no.
end up using the shots apparently. So, which
Why,
is an
because
unfortunate reality that
they didn't get what
it
they
happens
That
a
wanted.
lot.
happens a lot.
Why,
So,
why didn't they use the shot? They
That
didn't
I
get
don't
what they
know.
wanted.
you don't know.
They
Yeah,
probably
I have
didn't. They didn't get what they wanted.
So
That's
I have a
possible.
question though. Because like if you're on set, and you're working with a dog, you give the dog a treat for it to do what you want it to do. Like, how the hell do you get a snake to do what you want it to do?
So that's actually a fantastic question. Working with most wildlife is completely different than working with domestic animals, where you can more or less train them to do something that you want them to do. When it comes to wildlife, it's really figuring out what they want in the scene and working with the animal's natural behavior to try and achieve that. For example, that one I told you about, Divorzio a Las Vegas, there's a scene where they come across a snake and they're scared, and then the guy's basically, it's in Italian, he's saying that he watched Indiana Jones, so he gets down on his hands and knees to stare the snake down, and they wanted the snake to turn around and retreat. So we're out in the middle of the open and then the Valley of Fire, and I'm thinking, how do I get a snake to do that? I offered him a place to go and hide right behind him off camera. So pretty much when he did that, the snake kind of noticed the hide, turned around and went to it. And so it looks like the snake was retreating from the scene. So it's really just a matter of utilizing their natural behaviors and encouraging them to do it.
I have to tell you, like, I find it fascinating on one hand, and on the other hand, I wouldn't fucking do your job for a fucking $1 million.
I
I
think
don't.
that's an advantage in my court because most people won't. A lot of people don't want to have anything to do with what I do, so that gives me a distinct advantage.
So you also have.
I've worked with a lot of snakes. They were directors, producers, and sometimes other actors. So I work with the real snakes.
Now, I've
Yeah.
worked with a lot too, especially politicians. You wouldn't believe the amount of legislation and stuff that I have to try and fight against because so many people are afraid of the animals and they just think nobody should have these. They want to ban them, so I have to put on my suit and go in front of legislature, city councils, county commissions, all that. And so I work with a lot of snakes too.
Well, yours are not pets. Yours are a living, so there shouldn't be any problem. They shouldn't say you can't have them. Chippy Hedren is a good friend of mine. You know who Chippy Hedren is?
I
And I
do,
went
yeah.
I went up to Shambhala and I interviewed her. We did a big film on it. And she was telling me about the people that love these cute little cubs. And they put them in their house as pets, and then the cubs grow into lions. And
Right.
they can sometimes kill and eat the people or not. And she had to hide Patrick because Patrick was her love of her life, a lion. And Patrick would live in the house. He'd sleep with Melanie Griffith, and he would be like a pet. And he was well behaved, and she had to hide it because she didn't want. She said, "Ron, in the video, don't make it like Patrick was my pet." because we don't want people going out there adopting little animals that grow into huge beasts.
Right.
He also said in Texas, there was a guy that had a bunch of tigers up in the roof, in the attic. Do you know that story? Did Chippy
I do,
tell you?
yeah.
You know her story. So it's sad how people abuse these beasts. Terrible. You can't do that. They should be out in the wild. You know, not
Yeah, I
up
totally understand that aspect.
in
You know,
an
the
attic.
challenge I think is in finding a happy medium, because there are people out there who have the resources, the skills, the knowledge on how to take care of these animals. And I don't feel like we should just do these blanket bans and say nobody can have these, period, end of story. However, there are those types of stories out there where there's just a lot of stupid people. There's no polite way to say it. There's a lot of people who do really dumb things, and unfortunately, in those situations, the animals suffer. And
don't
so
want that.
And
a happy medium in there,
animals do suffer. They do suffer. No,
right?
Tippy,
And that
Tippy
that
has
should not
over,
be.
Tippy
Yeah,
had over,
that should be something we fight against all the time.
Absolutely.
Tippy had over 6,000 cats up at Shambhala.
But she has a big old like
But she
you know,
has
reserve.
She has half of California, and California gave it to her for free. She doesn't pay tax
Oh, wow.
because of her Shambhala. It's a reserve.
So you have porcupines like
Wait, I'm not finished.
oh,
Now you made me lose my thought. No, it's important because now I started something. I don't want people to write in and say what. Oh shit! Age is a bitch.
Well, actually, what you were talking about is kind of a goal of ours too. We want to open up a wildlife education center because we have all these cool animals here, and we want to do something similar to that. And hopefully, maybe we can work with the city, state, someone who can help us out because financially, it takes a lot of money to take care of that many animals, especially.
That's where I was going.
Yeah, I figured.
6,000 animals, and she said to me, and I don't even remember the amount of meat that she has to have every day to feed her cats, but it was
Yep.
an enormous amount of meat and how much it costs to feed them. So we were trying to raise funds for her because she was running low on money. I wish I could remember things, but it was tons of meat to feed all her
Oh, yeah.
cats.
so wait a second though.
So
So
I was going to ask you that question. What does it cost you to feed all your pets?
You know, I've never actually broke down the feeding and how much because I usually buy in bulk. So, I'll buy like 2,000-3,000 mice at a time. I'll buy a few hundred rats at a time. We get gophers from a hay farm not too far from here, where they trap the gophers when they're not actively growing. So we got a little bit of that natural food source. But yeah, I've never really stopped to break down exactly how much. The beauty of reptiles versus things like lions and tigers is they don't have to eat every day. Even our big pythons will only eat maybe a rabbit once a month or even once every 6 weeks.
Oh, you don't
So
feed
they don't
rabbits.
need to eat.
Bugs Bunny?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here's the thing, folks.
Hey, snakes got to eat too.
Everybody out there that's watching this show, if you want to volunteer some money to this guy so he can keep feeding his rats, snakes, and whatever the fuck he's got.
it's animaltalentunleashed.com. I want to know, do you have a regular pet? Like a normal pet? Like do you have a cat or a dog or a
Yeah.
hamster or something?
Yeah, we've got 2 dogs. We have a cat. We have an iguana that runs free in the house, a tortoise. They all get along. So we do have some normal pets as well.
I don't know. Iguana's not really normal, but
How do you
in
know-
Florida they had a ton of iguanas
How do
when I
you know?
lived there.
How do you know Tippy?
Oh, of Tippy, I've never met her, but I'm familiar
She
with
knows
her.
the stories about it, but she doesn't
How
actually
did you
know
get
her.
her story? You must have watched my documentary.
No,
I don't think I've seen your documentary on that. No, just in the animal circles, her name is.
Oh, I would
I'm
think so.
familiar
Yeah.
with her and everything. Yeah,
Stories
just
got
like
out.
Tiger King, like
Yes.
I've actually talked to him before too, but that guy's a complete nut job. I mean, he's not a good representation
he's a
of
nut.
the
He
exotic
was-
industry.
Watched all that shit. He was crazy.
I did an hour
Yeah.
interview with her up in Shambhala, and that's when she explained everything to the camera, what it takes, what it's all about, and what's the problems. and what's the horrible problems, and then what's the joy. It was a very good interview. I got a lot of people, a lot of viewers, and I think it went out and it did a lot of good for Hashem.
I think so.
Bala.
I'm
I
sure.
hope she made some money from it.
So wait, what kind of dogs do you have?
So my wife has a black lab, well, a lab golden retriever mix, but she looks like a black lab. I have a pug. Don't ask how, but
I
have
love
a pug.
Okay, no, I like little dogs, so I'm a poodle kind of guy, and we've had all different kinds, but I like it. Okay, so we have 5 minutes left. Here's something I like to ask different people. So let's say you could be in any movie that's ever been made, and it can be an old movie, a new movie, any movie at all, and then since you're now an actor, if you could act with anybody, living or dead, give me a male and a female star that you think would be a lot of fun to work with in a movie, and then we'll add something to it. Like let's say since there's a lot of movies with animals and stuff, which one would you have liked to work on as an animal handler?
Oh boy, those are some challenging questions. So I've been a big fan of like the Greek mythology. I would love to be in something like a Clash of the Titans. So much so that I'm actually working on writing a story now. It's been a work in progress for quite a while now, but it's going to be Greek mythology, and of course, there's going to be a lot of animals in it. It's overly ambitious, especially for someone as green in this industry as I am. But I feel like I've met a lot of great people that I can work with to try and work it out and make it happen.
Be careful.
Yeah, just be careful. Yes.
There are a lot of snakes in our business.
Besides the one you wrangle. Okay.
Yeah, I won't even get into what I've already experienced on that end, but
There you
I've
go.
already kind of had a mishap with that.
So
Ask
male
Sherry
and
about it.
female-
She
male and
knows.
female stars that you'd like to work
It's
with.
the distributors you have to watch out for.
Yeah, and that's all new to me, but I got time to figure that stuff out.
That's right.
As far as
How to do the male and
They
female.
can wreck your work.
Yes. Male and female actors you'd like to work with, living or dead.
oh boy, man, I would love to work with somebody like Hugh Jackman or yeah, I just watched a movie with him the other day. He would be somebody amazing. I would love to have an opportunity to work in a movie with him. Hemsworth would be another one. Chris Hemsworth would be another, male actor that I would love to have an opportunity to work with. Oh, female, that's a long list.
Yeah.
Sherry
Um,
Davis.
He's already got a bunch with her.
I know. I'm very fortunate to have been in films with her already. So
We love Sherry to death. We really do. Okay,
Yeah.
give me some females. We got 2 minutes left. Give me some females you'd like to work with.
I'd actually been seriously considering trying to work with Shannon Elizabeth. I know she's not doing so much in the film stuff now that she's got her other projects going
Oh, yeah.
on, but Shannon Elizabeth.
Who the
Yeah,
hell is that?
I got to
American
talk to her. Yeah, I got to talk to her a number of years back when I was doing the wildlife rescue because she does animal rescue as well, and she
we-
donated some autographed headshots for a raffle we were doing for a fundraiser, and the fact that she still works regularly with animal rescue, she just
She's
seems like
supposed
she'd
to
be
be
a
very
really
nice,
fascinating
too.
person to meet with.
She's supposed
What's
to be
that?
really. She's supposed to be really nice. Like we're friends with Tom and Ian Nicholas from the American Pie movies, and
Okay.
I think he's an American Pie because he introduced me to her one time, but I didn't really get to talk to her. But they said she's very nice.
Yeah, that's what I've
Now she's
heard.
getting rich- Now she's getting rich on OnlyFans.
I
Oh,
know.
what?
So
OnlyFans.
no need to make movies anymore. You can make more money doing
Got a
that,
bigger
apparently.
payday on her first week on OnlyFans than she'd probably gotten the last 5 years in movies. So good
True.
for her. Hey, more power to
Yeah.
you. Okay, that gives us a woman, and then and we did the movie. Okay, so we got all of them. So we should tell everybody. So you guys can follow John on Instagram. It's at John_POTASH. His website, if you want to find out more, or if you need snakes or anything in your films, you can go to his website, and it's animaltalentunleashed.com. And I don't think I have anything else. You got anything real quick?
Well, I think, you know how I feel about animals. I love all animals.
Yeah, we're big on it.
Even gophers, they're cute.
He likes them all. We have 3 dogs, but 2 of them unfortunately passed away. So we have one left, Astro, who's the love of our life. We rescued all our dogs.
I've rescued my dogs for years and years. But I don't think I could ever feed. Oh, you said they're frozen. They're dead. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better. So you guys, please follow John. Check out his movies when they come out. We want to thank you for coming on and sharing all of this. It was very interesting. And we wish
for
you all
having
the
me.
best in everything that you're doing. And I'm sure we'll see you at a premiere sometime soon.
Oh, absolutely. There's so much going on. Lots of
Thank you
premieres
so
coming.
much.
One last thing. You do not endorse people getting baby lions, cubs.
No.
Not unless they have the resources to be able to take care of it properly, which is pretty difficult.
Yes.
And costly.
Yeah, not just to have a pet in your home. Definitely not.
Good. We love it. All right. Thank you so much. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We had a
Thank
great
you.
show with John and with our first guest, Paul Anthony. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Jimmy,
This is MC Alfred.
and Ozzy.
I'm just chilling, Jimmy Star, yo, sitting down and designing. Where every man never thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party. Let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Bitch, I'm your one I wanna be. Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
We'll take you